All right, everybody. We're happy to have a Player of the Year, Conference Tournament Most Outstanding Player, and All-American Quentin Grimes joining us right now. If you have a question, please raise your hand in the chat, and we will get to you. First question will go with Chris Gardner from Houston Roundball Review. Chris, go ahead with the question for Quentin.
Quentin, what have you seen in film about Cleveland State?
We know they're a tough team for sure. They like to get on you to kind of play like us a little bit. They rebound. They have really good guards. They can shoot the ball really well. We got to make sure we're on high alert at all times around the court.
We'll go to Mark Berman, Fox 26. Mark, go ahead, please.
Quentin, a couple questions. How reassuring is it to have a coach like Kelvin Sampson in your corner, game in, game out?
Man, it's a big advantage. I feel like the attention to detail is crazy. He never not goes over one thing multiple times. He's gonna keep you on the edge. He asks you questions during film. Just having a coach like that in practice, like yesterday in practice, it felt like October practice. Just how hard we're going out there. So I feel like the little things like that, and just the attention to detail that he has, is just, I think it's gonna be a big advantage for us.
What have you thought about all the honors you've been getting lately?
It's great. It's great to see how all the hard work pays off, and just how happy my teammates are for me and everything. And it just shows that all the hard work pays off. The hard practices and everything, the coach pushing you, yelling at you, that's all kind of coming full circle. But we know right now the main goal is to win the national championship.
We'll go to Matt Musil with KHOU. Matt, go ahead, please.
Quentin, you just talked about coming full circle. You're where you want to be in the NCAA tournament. Can you just give us a thumbnail? I know we've gone through this before and during the regular season, but now when you're here, your journey from high school to Kansas and then back here to U of H, have you thought, okay, wow, this has been amazing, and thank you, Kelvin Sampson, for helping me through this, or what are your thoughts?
Yeah, for sure. Coach Sampson did he was on me from day one. I feel like I needed that just to kind of be that tough coaching, and I feel like it made me a tougher person on the court and off the court, just to kind of fight through some things. And then it's all coming full circle in a 2 seed in the March Madness, and I feel like this team has something to really do something special. So I feel like as long as we stay locked in and do what we have to do, I feel like we'll do something special here.
And it's not just working hard. You've worked hard back to your high school days. What is it that coach gets that focus out of you guys?
I think that coaches knows how to get to his players. I think the way Coach Sampson does things in practice, how hard you have to go at all times. Like, you have to give 120%, no matter if it's shoot around or if it's actual real practice. So I think just going 120% at all times, it just kind of carries over to everything you do.
Thank you.
We'll go to Joseph Duarte with the Houston Chronicle. Joseph, go ahead, please.
Quentin, what did you take from your first NCAA tournament a couple of years ago? What was that like for you as a freshman?
Yeah, it showed me that really every possession really counts. I know we say that in every game, but I feel like right now it actually means a lot, because every possession might mean something. And one time we don't dive on the ball for a loose ball, that could be the ending result, and somebody getting the possession there to win the game. So I feel like just things like that, you really got to be locked in at all times. No time for games, really.
And when you've told us about the journey and stuff, but when it came down to, okay, there's not a spot for me anymore at Kansas, a lot of players would have been like, the world's going to end. What are my options? Do I have options? You fortunately had options. When you think about being able to go from a great program to another really good program, what did that mean just to have that kind of landing spot?
Yeah, it was great, especially being back home. I knew I had watched them in the tournament just against Kentucky and everything in the past couple years, just seeing how much freedom the guards have and just the players he has, and just talking to his former players. They're like, he's gonna coach you hard, but he's gonna really let you do your thing. And I felt like I kind of needed that balance, and I needed that tough coaching for sure.
We'll go to David Nuno with KTRK. David, go ahead, please, sir.
Quinn, I don't want to say that you didn't take a leap of faith when you came to the University of Houston, but U of H was not considered what Kansas was considered. Now you guys have kind of in and out done it, and Kelvin's done it his whole career. What does it mean to be at the University of Houston, something that has been special since he touched it?
Yeah, Coach Sampson has done a tremendous job of just building up the program to one of the top programs in the country, and I feel like we got to just keep building on that. We got to keep showing that, just uplifting the culture of what we do, just a tough-nosed team, I feel like the blue blood thing doesn't really matter anymore. I think it's kind of the best fit for where a player goes. And I feel like that's what happened with me. And that's kind of what happened with kind of all the players who come to University of Houston. So I feel like right now, I feel like we should be considered as one of the top programs in the country.
We'll go to Andy Yanez with the Cougar. Andy, go ahead.
Quentin, over the weekend in the conference tournament, you guys saw a lot of full court pressure from like Memphis and stuff like that. How do you feel your team handled that against Memphis?
I feel like that kind of showed the toughness that we can, because that pressure is not easy to deal with at all times. You see how many turnovers they force with other teams. And I feel like the way we were able to handle that pressure with how loud the crowd was and everything going on, that kind of showed how poised we were, and how even when March Madness comes around, when other fans are there and it gets loud, that we'll be able to be poised and know how to handle that when that situation comes up again.
We'll go back to Mark Berman with Fox 26. Mark, go ahead, please.
When you look at the draw that y'all have now and the path toward getting to the Final Four and the level of play that y'all are at right now, how do you look at this opportunity to potentially bring the school its first national championship in basketball?
Yeah, we definitely see that the path is something that we could definitely do and may make an easy way to get to the national championship game. But we can't look at it like that. We have to look at it one game at a time. If we look too far ahead, that's when teams get sidetracked. That's when teams lose. So right now, we just focus on Cleveland State, and if we're fortunate to win that game, then we'll focus on whoever's next. But we can't look too far down the road on a line like that right now.
Go back to Joseph Duarte with the Chronicle. Joseph, go ahead, please.
Quentin, after the Memphis game, Coach Sampson was telling us that stretch there where you kind of really got into your rhythm, that you wanted that moment, you craved that moment, you desired that moment. As you get into March, is that what, in your opinion, great players should do? I mean, great players want the ball, I guess is what the saying is. Is that sort of your mindset, that when you go into a game, if your team needs you, you want the ball as much as you can to kind of do your thing in those moments?
Yeah, definitely. And I feel like I want the ball in those moments. I kind of want that pressure on me, because I know how much trust my teammates and my coaches have in me. So when your coaches and teammates have that much trust in you to go out there and make the right decision and make the right play, it kind of gives you more confidence even more to make sure to go out there and get the job done for your team.
We'll go to James Mueller with the Cougar. James, go ahead, please, sir.
Yeah, Quentin, I'm just curious with the bubble life. What is it like when y'all are off? Is there something y'all as a team like to do, or are y'all just really chilling in your rooms, or what's that like?
Yeah, we kind of, it's tough. You can't really leave the hotel, so we're kind of in everybody's rooms. We play Uno, we've been playing Connect Four, playing video games, just doing something to kind of make time go by faster.
And is this like a big challenge for y'all as y'all approach the tournament, or since y'all had to deal with quarantine stuff before, is it making it easier?
It's not too bad. It's kind of, I wouldn't say it's easier, but I think we're kind of used to it by now. We kind of know how this thing goes. But yeah, it's not too bad though.
We'll go to Chris Gardner, please. Chris, go ahead.
When y'all haven't taken advantage, I think the NCAA chair people have mentioned that the teams can go to the baseball field across the street at the hotels. Y'all haven't had a chance to go outside just yet?
We were supposed to do that today, but it's raining and it's super cold, so that got canceled.
Okay. What is cold to you, Quentin?
Like 50 and below, 55 and below.
We'll go to Mark Berman again with Fox 26. Mark, go ahead.
Quentin, I know as you mentioned earlier, you're focused on Cleveland State and not looking beyond, but have you at least considered the historic opportunity that you and your teammates have here?
Yeah, we definitely have a great opportunity ahead of us. That we can take advantage of, most definitely. And some of the teammates have seen that we have the chance to really make the Final Four with this team and in this bracket. So I feel like right now, if we handle business at one game at a time, and we have definitely a great chance to do that.
We got time for a few more questions here, guys. We'll start off with Joseph Duarte with the Chronicle. Joseph, go ahead.
It's time for the really tough stuff. Have you guys talked about Landon's possibility of being on The Bachelorette this season?
Nah, we really just clown him about that. We just joke around that I think we knew for a couple weeks now. Then they posted it, so it was funny to see like all the comments and stuff about him being on that. But yeah, it was funny when we saw that.
Dejan said he can win this thing.
Yeah, he probably could. He got the personality. I mean, All up to whoever picks them, really.
Get the rose.
Right, exactly.